So before I start the actual topic of this video, I have to make a few corrections from my last video. So I haven't learned the number or gone over the numbers in years. I learned them years ago, and I thought I remembered them correctly. Turns out I was wrong. So I just have to reteach a few things. Mainly the 20s and then a few extra things here and there. So, of course 20 is still like this, but 21 is like this. 21. 22 is still like this, but then 23, 24, 25. I used to see 25 like this, but I'm pretty sure this is an older sign, and the more accurate one is like this. I can't really think of a hint for this one. You might just have to practice certain things until you can remember them. Sometimes what helps me is like saying whatever sign I'm doing as I'm doing it, and I just do it repeatedly over and over again until it gets stuck in my head. So, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30, of course, is still like this. But, let's see, what else? Whenever you're doing a double-digit number, you don't have to bounce it from one side to the other. Some of the videos I've watched for my classes online, they don't really bounce it. They just change it from one number to the other in a matter of like maybe 2 seconds to show you that it's two different numbers. Whenever you're doing a 10, like for instance, 58, you don't have to do 50 and pull it into 0 and then 8. You might see some people do that, but you don't have to. Also, for the 100s, you don't have to do the big 0. It's still correct, but you could also do like this, 200. See how I pinch it in? It's like a combination of the number and the big 0. So, these are the same thing. You can still do the big 0 if that's already gotten like stuck into your head, but just know that this is technically correct as well. I believe that's everything. So, on to conversation starters. Every conversation starts with hello. So, that's the first sign of the day. Pretty simple. You're gonna still see some people do it like this anyway. This is just considered the formal way to do it. And this is informal. So, that's hello. Just a simple wave. You could say good morning. Good morning. Or good afternoon. For a lot of time zones, your arm is almost like a horizon. So, this would be like the sun is just coming over the horizon. And this is like it's just going halfway past it. So, afternoon or evening. For the word good, the only hint I can think of is that it's the opposite of bad, which is like this. Some people remember the word bad more easily, so just think it's the opposite of this. Some people also just do this for the word bad. So, good morning, good afternoon, or you could say, how are you? How you, or how you. It's the same thing either way. How you. How are you? Let's see. What is your name? Your name, what? Your name, 2-letter N's, tap them together for name. Name, what? So the reason I don't say this in the same order we say it out loud is actually because of a grammar rule that's in sign language, where you're supposed to say the what, where, when, why, or who at the end of the sentence. So you wouldn't say what's your name, you'd say your name, what? Notice also that my eyebrows go down when I ask this question because it's a question. There's facial expressions that go with a lot of different sentences and phrases, and changing the facial expression can change the meaning. So, whenever you're asking a general question, your eyebrows go down, but if you're asking a yes or no question, they go up. So, if you're saying, you okay? That's a yes or a no question. So, you keep your eyebrows up. You okay? Let's see, what else? My name, and then you finger spell your name. My name, RACHEL. Okay? What else was I gonna do? Oh, right. So, notice how the words your and my both have a flat hand. Whenever you're doing possessive signs, your hand is gonna be flat. So if you're saying your or yours, it would be facing the person you're talking to. My or mine is like this. And then his, her, or its would be facing whoever else or just to the side to refer to someone else. So that's hers, his, its. Let's see. Nice to meet you. Nice meet you. Nice. Two people coming together. Meet you. Or there's a second way to say it that's shorter. You could say nice. Get your two people. Get your dominant hand and have it closer to you. Your non-dominant hand closer to the other person to represent them and you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Okay? Nice to meet you. So, let's see, what else? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Nice to meet you. I guess I'll teach all of the question words since I already told you how to say what while we're here. So if you wanted to say who are you, you would say you first. And then who? Who are you? Now, the reason how are you is in the correct order that we speak in English is just simply because it's an exception to the rule, and I'm actually not sure why it's an exception to the rule, but it is. So, how are you is still like this, but as far as I know, a huge majority of words with what, where, when, who, why, or how, those words will be at the end of the sentence. So, who are you? With this sign, I try to think of like your identity is in your face. So you're touching your face. You're drawing more attention to your face by touching it like this. So, who are you? Let's see. If you want to say when, you do this. It's kind of like this is a clock, and you're going clockwise around it to show different times. And bringing it back to 12 o'clock. When. And then there's why. There's two ways to say why. Okay, way number one is you pull the letter Y from your forehead like this. Or some people just wiggle their middle finger by their temple instead of doing the whole letter Y. They'll just wiggle it like this. Or some people have it facing more like this way, so you can really see what they're doing, I guess. Whichever way they're comfortable doing it is usually the reason for that. So, why, who, when, and then there's where. Just wiggle your finger back and forth from left to right to left, whichever way. I try to think of, it's like your finger is pointing to different locations, but since you're not sure which one, you're just pointing all over the place, saying where? So, I'm gonna do a bonus word. Give me a second. I have a gigantic sign language dictionary. So, I'm going to do a bonus word, and I'm just going to land it on a random page and teach it to you guys. So, let's see. Needle is the first word that I saw, so I guess I'll try and teach that one. Let's see. There's more than one way to sign needle. I don't know. I could try and teach both, I suppose. So let's see. It looks like they're doing this as if they're trying to like sew something. Let's see. The signer mimes a threading of a needle and pulling the thread through the hole. I don't really know. I don't completely get it. I know that's bad, but I have never looked for this word before. The sign for Sue is made. The right hand grasping an imaginary needle goes through the natural motion of hand stitching on the open left palm. The thumb and index finger of the right hand are then placed on the side of the left index finger at the tip and third knuckle to indicate the length of the needle. So the picture looks like they're doing this, and then something like, I don't know. What am I? Oh my god. I'm so bad at this. Okay. Let's see. One sec. Okay, I don't know why I was confused by the instructions. They're actually kind of clear. So for the first way to say needle, you would do this, and then this. You're supposed to be indicating that you're showing the length of the needle, because this by itself actually means sew. But showing this afterwards is supposed to represent the needle length. So, this is one way to say needle. And the other way is kind of like you're doing this. It's like you're pulling the thread through the hole, so you're using the needle in this representation. So, okay. My next video is going to be teaching how to answer this question. So, I'll be teaching emotions in my next one, and I'm most likely going to do it sooner than what I did for the last one because it's like over a week apart now. So, I'll see you guys then.